Most people resist change. We try to keep rivers from changing direction, but they still do. The Earth's crust is constantly changing. Geologists predict that San Francisco will eventually move north to the Oregon coast. We try to keep aging from happening, but each of us changes a little every day. At the start, we get stronger every day. Then that process reverses as we age. One of the reasons that churches die is that they also resist change. A new church springs up out of its cultural surroundings. Culture continues to change, but the churches tend to resist change. Then eventually, the church is no longer culturally relevant and it dies. Then another new church springs up out of its current culture, and the same process recurs. This is referred to as the life cycle of the church, and it usually takes less than 100 years. Church buildings can be older than that, but the believers who meet in them either change with their culture or the church is replanted with a new congregation. There are also occasions where something so powerful occurs that it transforms what had been. Christian holidays sprouted from existing festivals dedicated to other things. According to biblical evidence, Jesus was probably born in late September, but his birth is celebrated in December. This is probably because Pope Gregory was influenced by St. Nicholas, patron saint of children and sailors. He gave gifts to orphan kids on Children's Day, which is around that date. Easter was originally a festival to Esther, the goddess of life. Early Christians transformed this festival, showing that Jesus is life, and it occurred around Passover, which was about 2 days before the resurrection of Jesus. In the Roman world, Sunday was dedicated to the sun, giver of life. Each morning, the custom was to face the rising sun as they prayed. However, since Jesus was raised from the dead on that day, today few think of the sun on the first day of the week, but many think of the sun as O-N instead. In our culture, we observe both Sabbath and the Lord's Day, our weekend of Saturday and Sunday. According to Paul, worship is not about the day, it's about our transformation. He says one person considers one day more sacred than another. Another considers every day alike. Each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. Whoever regards one day as special does so to the Lord. That's Romans 14, 5 and 6. Then in Romans 12, he says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Don't conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will." That's Romans 12, 1 and 2. This transformation changes everything. This is why we celebrate every Lord's Day. This is what sustains us every day as we live in him. Have a great Lord's Day. Bye-bye.